Number 2, defender Luke Bennett. Parents Mark and Mindy Bennett. Fun fact, my brother, sister, and I all have a state title for soccer. Number 3, captain and midfielder Mason Diertz. Parents Mark and Cassandra Diertz. Mason really likes dogs. Number 5, captain and defender Colin Vandermouse. Parents Wendy and Eric Vandermouse. Colin hates peanut butter. Number 7, captain and forward Noah Malcook. Parents Todd and Beth Malcook. Fun fact, he was a super chunky baby. Number 8, midfielder Carter Ullman. Parents Alex and Matt Ullman. He's the best FIFA player on the team. Number 9, midfielder Miles Tomlinson. Parents Mike and Melanie Tomlinson. Miles drives a Honda Pilot. Number 10, midfielder Anthony Elert. Parents Jay and Adrian Elert. Fun fact, he went to Hawaii with his family and ex-girlfriend. Number 11, defender Casey Schenecker. Parents Aaron and Craig Schenecker. Fun fact, his grandpa is the governor. Number 13, defender Pierce Nelson. Parents Dean and Michelle Nelson. His favorite color is blue. Number 14, midfielder Elias Huey. Parents David and Carolyn Huey. He can whip the nene really well. Number 16, midfielder Daniel Compton. Parents Dave and Gloria Compton. Fun fact, he's never gotten an injury during a soccer game. Number 19, forward Casey Fox. Parents Adam and Kelly Fox. Casey's played soccer for 12 years and started skiing 14 years ago. Number 22, midfielder Nick Schaefer. Parents Tom and Nicole Schaefer. Nick fishes in bass tournaments. And number 24, forward Owen Mitchell. Parents Chris and Amy Mitchell. His favorite subject in school is math. It is also his 18th birthday today. Thank you, parents, for supporting your sons during their time in the OHS Boys Soccer Program. And thank you, seniors, for all your hard work, dedication, and passion for the sport of soccer at Oregon High School. You made a big difference. Congratulations on all you have already accomplished, and best wishes on what the future holds for you all.
Halfway down there, okay? Kale, you gonna be down here? Kale, come on down here, buddy. Kale. Yeah, right at. Well, they're right at the halfway point.
Yes.
Yep. And then you just stand with the. What's your name is George? Yep. Thanks for coming. Can you go down by the flag there and kind of watch balls that go beyond the end line?
Yeah.
Can you do that? Thank you. Are you here too now, Gabriel? Okay, so we got another one. Oh, cool. Hey, Gabriel.
Griffin! Read off this!
That is our mic. I would like to not so you will be put on live TV all around the world.
And I will be way down there soon.
Griffin! Griffin, back up a little bit, okay? So don't slide that into you, okay?
Back up, yeah, back up. This right here. So if they come, the ball's out, you have to throw the ball on it. Yeah, you hold it right now.
Oh, that's
Mom and I are just going to be right over here.
okay, that's it.
And we're not going to have dogs here, so we're going to do that. But when they come sliding and running in here, you just need to make sure you're back far enough. So you don't want to get caught by them, right?
And welcome. Testing. Welcome. All right. Welcome, soccer fans. OCA Media is proud to bring you this exciting Panther soccer match tonight. Tonight's match live from Huntoon Field features your Oregon Panthers, the defending D2 state champs, against the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks. This is a Badger South matchup. I'm Jeff Rohr along with Tim Higgins, and we'll be bringing you all of tonight's exciting action. We would like to just take a moment to thank our sponsors. They are the ones who make these broadcasts possible. I'd like to thank Bill's Food Center, the Stoughton Health Clinics, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please join our team today and help support your student athletes. And also the Oregon Area Community Coalition, Parenting Teens. It's hard. They're there to help. Oregon Cares. And of course, OCA Media is excited to thank One Community Bank as the scoreboard sponsor for Oregon Panther soccer. We'd like to stick around as the Panthers put on the feel-good goals on the One Community Bank scoreboard. We will, in just a moment, be taking the starting lineups and allowing our PA announcer to do those. Real quick before we head over to them, Tim, anything you'd like to add?
Panthers are 14-2-2, and since we last saw them here on Huntoon Field, they've gone 4-0, and they've outscored their opponents by
Good evening, ladies and
16-0. Haven't given up a goal.
Fantastic. We're going to let our PA announcer now take over for starting lineups. We'll be back after the national anthem.
And your Oregon Panthers. Here are the starting lineups for the visiting Blackhawks. In goal, Peyton Wiesen. Number 2, Noah Baldry. Number 3, Kellen Jacobson. Number 4, Josh Larson. Number 6, Liam McKelvey. Number 8, Arian Dommerhausen. Number 9, Ethan Larson. Number 10, Mason Burke. Number 11, Owen Geiger. Number 14, Grant Higney. And number 20, Aiden Worden. And Coach Mitchell has asked that we announce the seniors as a group one last time. In goal, number 0, Jack Kreckman. Number 9, Miles Tomlinson. Number 2, Luke Bennett. Number 3, Mason Dirks. Number 5, Colin Vandermouse. Number 7, Noah Malcook. Number 8, Carter Ullman. Number 10, Anthony Ellert. Number 11, Casey Schenecker. Number 13, Pierce Nelson. Number 14, Elias Huey. Number 16, Daniel Compton. Number 19, Casey Fox. Number 22, Nick Schaefer. And number 22, Owen Mitchell. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand to help us honor America by rising and removing your hats for our national anthem. High School and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at interscholastic events. We ask for your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. On behalf of Oregon sports administrators, good luck to all coaches and competitors.
Welcome back, soccer fans, to tonight's matchup between the Oregon Panthers and the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks. Before we get into tonight's action, we do want to just once again thank our sponsors, Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, Oregon Athletic Booster Club, the Oregon Community Coalition, and One Community Bank. Also, if your organization would like to join our group of sponsors who can make Panther Sports and other broadcasts possible, please contact Paul at ocamedia.com for more information. OCA Media is your local community access television station, making all these live streams and recordings possible. So please call or email Paul, and it's Paul at ocamedia.com. Tim, tonight's action, what are we looking for out of the Panthers? What are we looking for out of Fort Atkinson?
Well, Fort Atkinson comes in 5-6-1, so this should be a game you would expect Oregon to handle pretty easily. They're 14-2-2. With a goals scored differential that's pretty mighty, 57-14. It looks to me like we're starting a couple of seniors that don't get a lot of starts.
It is senior night, so that does make a lot of sense.
Yes, it is. I think I saw Miles Tomlinson out there. He's a terrific story. So in the Milton game, Miles was standing right in front of the goal when the ball came his way, and he was unable to put it in on the frame. It went wide left. And I said on the broadcast, boy, I bet his teammates are going to give him a hard time for that because he missed a bunny. And I talked to a couple of the players after the game, and they're like, no, we got his back. He's a good guy. We totally want to build his confidence. And guess what Miles did? He went out and scored a hat trick in the next game against Monroe. So
that's fantastic.
That's a really good sign from my perspective that this team is really playing for one another. I mentioned that to Coach Mitchell before the game tonight, that I was sensing that the team is really coalescing. And he felt like they were making progress, definitely farther along than where they were. He says, but we're not there yet. We got a ways to go.
We do have our opening kickoff now. Luke Bennett chasing down the ball as it stays in bounds. He's able to keep it in. Takes a touch, looking to play it across the line. Finds Schenecker. That's going to be up to Ellert there. Now, rather, that's number 13, one of our new starters tonight, Pierce Nelson. We do have quite a distance between us and the field, so sometimes those numbers blend together for us for a second, but I'll always correct it. We got Derricks on the ball now. That's the older Derricks, the senior, to Malcook. Malcook now takes a couple touches, looking for space. Able to make a turn, plays it off. That's Vandermoos. Has a nice cross in. Ullman now providing chase. He's a relentless pursuer of the ball. That's Tomlinson here. Or rather Ellert, sorry. That was 10 Ellert. Nice touch inside.
There was Tomlinson, got a shot off there. You might be noticing the field is back to its original position. We've been playing about 10 yards off most of the year as they worked on some grass by the north end zone. But we're back to a centered field, so we can actually see the corner down there on the left.
It had been pretty interesting watching the referee's box line up a little off kilter on us, but nice to have this space available in this type of a stadium. Really a credit to our community. Now we have a touch up the field. In control. That is number 14. That's one of our other new starters, Huey. Last we were here together, Huey was injured, I believe, and good to see him back out on the field.
Yeah, he had some foot issues that seemed to be kind of intermittent. There's a shot, and it goes
off the post. Fantastic shot. That was number 5 that took that shot, Colin Vandermoos. Hit the post and came back out.
Wow, I thought that was in.
I think everybody thought it was in.
It bounced out of the inside of the post almost.
Now we got a throw, brought down by Derricks. Able to lay off to Bennett. Bennett inside, finds Vandermoos. Back inside to Malcook. Oh, Malcook trying to take that extra touch outside, but he had a defender waiting for him. That's Schenecker now. Finds Vandermoos. Nice little slap inside to Malcook. Malcook, great strength. Looks for the finish on the ground, but the goalie was up to the task. Fantastic save there by the goalie from Fort Atkinson. I believe that's number 0, Peyton Weising.
Corner kick, Oregon.
That was a nice try by Malcook there, but we get the goal kick out, or the corner kick out of it.
You have a corner kick now. Plays it in. Got a head on it there, was number 7, Malcook, but not able to finish. Nice service to the near front post. But we are going to get a goal kick now. Looks like the goalie for Fort Atkinson, Wiesen, is going to take the goal kick. Gets decent foot on it. Out of the air by Vandermoos. Good job getting no bounce on that. Now played back. Vandermoos now in control. Looks for the 1-2 up the sideline, but we get a throw in. Went off the Fort Atkinson defender, so we do get a throw in for Oregon.
Nice throw.
Good throw. Malcook did a great job bringing it down. Makes the turn, Lays it off, looking for Huey initially, but this time finds Allert. Diving save by Peyton Wiesen. Great opportunity there. Like the cutback by Nellcook on that play.
My count is correct. That's 3 shots on goal already for Oregon to none for Fort Atkinson.
A little wolf by Nelson, but Kreckman there to clean it up. Bennett now plays it across, finds Allert. He's going to play it outside to Nelson. Nelson's got it up the sidelines to Huey. Huey finds space, lays it back out to Allert. Again to Schenecker. Up to Derricks. Back to Nelson. Nelson finds Huey to Vandermouse. I like that. Very little dribbling, a lot of just one-touch play. Up into the final third now. Huey tries to take a man on, but taken away on that one. Derricks challenges now. Good job by Malcook winning that ball back. Looking on the outside for Vandermouse, but didn't put enough heat on that pass. Ball played up long. Schenecker now. Calmly across the back line to Bennett. Bennett up the field to Vandermouse. Tomlinson fighting for the ball. Referee felt they got a little rough, called the foul. It's going to be a free kick to Fort Atkinson. Fort Atkinson playing tough in the early moments of this game. 5:42 in, 0-0 is our score. We do have a free kick to Fort Atkinson. I believe since last we saw each other, the Division II sectional seedings came out, or at least parts of them.
Yeah, the left half of the bracket is filled in, and Oregon is the #1 seed. And they'll have an opening game here at Huntoon.
Fantastic by the Oregon Panthers, earning that #1 seed in the section.
Yeah, they're 10-0 in conference, so.
Griffin, that's a straight up foul.
Field Mike picking up some of the entertaining fans tonight. And perhaps the ball boy or two.
Ball boys are into it. The soccer club provides the ball boys for all the games, so it's good to see that connection between the club and the high school program.
Absolutely. Schenecker, great job tracking that down up sideline, putting it out of play. Fort Atkinson looking to play quickly, though. Caught Oregon sleeping a little bit. Derricks is there finally, though. They look to play it in, but Ellert's there to take care of business. Fort in control, takes a touch, plays it outside. Looking for the sidelines. Ullman looking to shut him down. Ullman closes, touch tight on the defense, makes him make a mistake, and now Bennett's there. Bennett to Ellert. Right there was a great example of how Oregon and their skill level and their composure level off their skill just allows them in tight spaces just to never panic. And they come out of those situations so much cleaner than most other teams.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Referee not feeling that one, and I tend to agree with him on that one. That was a good challenge.
Right.
Ullman's going to take this throw.
He's had some interest from some college programs. He might have a chance to play next year. Carter Ullman has.
Great opportunity anytime a player can play beyond high school.
Yeah.
People forget how few players really get that opportunity, even if it's at the D2 or D3 levels.
Right. In fact, from last year's undefeated team, there's one of those players from that team is playing in college this year.
It's a very large commitment for sure.
I would have expected 3 or 4 of them to play, but a couple of them tried out, didn't make the team.
Another free kick for Fort Atkinson. Services into the box. Going long, and that's going to go out of play, and we're going to get our first goal kick for Oregon of the night. Ball boys falling asleep on that one a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't a ball waiting for him by the goal. There usually is.
We have one behind the
is there
north
one there in the other goal?
net tonight, but I'm not sure if there is one down below the south goal. I think we're getting one now.
There it goes. Good job.
Kreckman plays it on the floor. That's Nelson. Plays up to Huey. Nice little touch out to Tomlinson. Back inside, finds Vandermouse. Now Malcook. Malcook into Ullman. Ullman dribbling into a little bit of congestion there, but Malcook takes it away, brings it back down calmly. Nice little flick, one of his favorite moves there. He serves it in, looking on the back door, trying to find Tomlinson, I believe, but didn't quite get it through, and Fort able to clear. Vandermouse now controls to Bennett.
But I really like how they worked the ball down the field. The last 2 times they brought it down. Very precise, not a lot of wasted motion, and players were right in position to take the pass.
Ball always moves quicker off a pass than it does a dribble, and they've taken advantage of that several times now.
Right.
Huey taking his ran on. Yeah. Hard foul on that one. They'll get a free kick off of this one.
Free kick, Oregon.
Pretty nice angle here as well, where whoever takes this kick, looks like it's probably going to be Derricks, has a chance to either serve it or try to curl it in from that type of an angle. See if he tries to do something along those lines. Does put a little curve on it. Looked like he was trying to serve it in, but couldn't get it over the keeper's side. Good read by the keeper, and Wiesen puts it out into play.
Keeper did a nice job with that. Oh, Ellard with a nice steal there.
Great job keeping it in off the steal. Now we have control by Schenecker into Ullman. Ullman off to Derricks. Derricks unable to control though. It's going to be cleared again by Fort. Impressed so far by Fort Atkinson's ability to kind of pack the box and make it very difficult in that final third for Oregon so far.
Yeah, as well as they've moved the ball outside the box, they haven't been able to be terribly effective inside the box, Oregon.
Bennett now. He's going to play it across to Colin Vandermouse. Vandermouse takes a touch and plays off to Huey down the corner. Huey there. Great quickness. Very elusive. Just a little miscommunication between him and Tomlinson on that play. We're going to get a throw into Oregon now. Tomlinson with the throw. A big throw to the middle of the box. Brought down by Oregon. Vandermouse tries to take a shot but off the shin guards of the defender from Fort Atkinson there. Huey now with a cross. Tried to find Ullman. Ellert tries off the volley. We got another opportunity. And finally with the finish from Derricks. Took 3 shots on goal, a save and a ricochet, but the rebound is there, and Mason Derricks finally able to finish it.
That's our first score on the One Community Bank scoreboard at the 12:04.
Fantastic. Really had to work hard for that one. Wiesen with the initial save, but not able to close the deal. Derricks there for the rebound, and it is 1-0 Oregon on that One Community Bank scoreboard. We're going to have that first goal is going to give Coach Mitchell a chance to make some wholesale changes on the field now. Appears we're going to see maybe a few more of our, what you might consider regular starters in now. Ellert now with the ball. Several changes on the field, by the way. Vandermouse slides back to his normal holding mid spot now. Ellert there in support as well. Fort player trying to take advantage, not able to quite get it.
The back line stayed really organized on that play, even though it didn't look great as they were moving the ball down the field. The back of the defense stayed really organized and did a good job of being in a position to stop that. And here we go with another chance.
Malcook with a fantastic move and then a great cross on the floor all the way across the box. Got to the back door, but unfortunately not able to finish. Good job by the backside defender there from Fort Atkinson. Now we've got control back. Schenecker takes a touch. Believe that was number 22, Nick Schaefer, that came in on that left side for Pierce Nelson. We've also got number 16, Daniel Compton, another senior, in at the right wing. Ball controlled. That's Owen Mitchell on that left side wing now. Ellert takes a touch. Vandermouse trying to get a little cheeky with a little Maradona there, but didn't quite pull it off. Mitchell in the corner. Tries to lay it off there.
Oregon throw.
I think that's Casey Fox down there that Mitchell was looking for that came in as well in those substitutions. Nice moves there by Malcook.
He fell down and still had the ball when he got back up.
Sometimes you got to check to that ball. Schenecker. Nice give and go with Dierks. Nice little move. Just let that first touch get away from a little, but still managed to maintain some semblance of control.
Corner.
I believe that they are calling it a goal kick.
Schenecker's had a couple of goals lately, so
it's really
scoring from the defensive position.
Takes an intelligent player to recognize when those opportunities are there when he's the middle D. It's
right.
a fairly rare move for most middle defensemen.
Guido in for the Blackhawks.
Bennett battling. Able to come away with it eventually, thanks to a little help from Ellert. Malcook now. Lays it off to Dierks. Back to Malcook. Takes a touch. You can see right there is a great example of Fort Atkinson literally packing 9 in the box.
Right.
Making it incredibly difficult for the Oregon Panthers to finish in that final third. They're really going to have to try and take advantage. I think Malcook's really, for the most part, shown that if you can get that penetration in off the dribble and then cut it back to allow a man to be able to hit that off of that back cut, I think that's going to be there all day.
Audit Scheller in for the Fort Atkinson.
Nice little heel flick there. Just lost the challenge. Was Casey Fox. Now Nick Schaefer. Schenecker brings it down. Owen Mitchell there to help. He battles, he finds it. Nick Schaefer now. He's going to take a touch back to Bennett. Bennett to Schaefer. To Ellert. Out to Schenecker. Backline just playing with the ball a little bit, looking for space, trying to create that space. Looking for the folks upfield to move for him. I think Bennett was looking for Ellert there, missed him, but luckily it got through to the
Schenecker.
awaiting legs of Schenecker. We've had a little bit of a temporary switch at the positions between Schaefer and Schenecker. I think they're trying to get back to their positions now. Fort gives it away. Bennett finds Vandermouse. Vandermouse looking for Malcook. Not quite able to get there. Ball gets through. Schenecker able to clear it. Looked like there was maybe a little lack of communication from Kreckman and Schenecker there.
Right.
That's ultimately the keeper's job. The keeper has to be in full control of that because he can see the whole field. Schenecker can't.
Yeah, that's exactly what Mitchell was talking about when he said he wants to see Kreckman really own the box. It's not just position and it's not just getting to the ball. It's directing the rest of the team, the rest of the defense, so that you're in sync. Oh, that's a nice pass.
Nice little ball. Good communication between Vandermouse and Malcook there. Great play. You're listening to a few fans yell about that. It's kind of interesting. There's a lot of novice soccer fans that believe that if you play the ball on the ground that it's a penalty and a dangerous play, which is completely false.
Right.
It's a complete myth.
Right.
The only time that playing the ball on the ground is a dangerous play is if you actually create a dangerous foul or penalty on the opposing player. But playing the ball on the ground, it's just fine, folks at home.
One of the issues is in youth soccer, they'll sometimes stop the game if a kid tries to play the ball from the ground.
Generally speaking, those are at the very young ages
Right.
when the kids don't have any control over their minds or their bodies quite yet.
Right, the U5, U6, that kind of.
And maybe it creates a misunderstanding of the rules by parents when they see that at those youngest ages. But that's not an actual rule.
Right.
That's just sort of a fair play thing for real little kids.
Right.
Ball trying to get through to Compton, not quite able to get there. Backline for Ford is doing a nice job of keeping those balls from getting deep, especially the ones over the top. That's why I say I think that those 1-2
Nice steal.
opportunities like this where we're able to get in deep. Not a terrible idea. I like the idea of keeping it on the ground. I think that's the right idea. I think he could have taken one more touch in and crossed that kind of half back, alluding to what Malcook did earlier.
Right.
Throw-in's going to go off of the Fort Atkinson player. We're going to get another substitution now. 2 new Oregon players are going to come in. Here's Vandermouse and Malcook will leave the field. It looks like we'll see our first appearance of underclassmen tonight. As
Right.
the younger Dierks, number 6, takes the field, as well as number 12, that's Max Westfield. Dierks on the ball. Dierks normally a starter. Tonight being senior night, though. Acquiesce to his senior counterparts.
Now it's on the other side, so it doesn't.
Schaefer now looks for Mason Dierks. He puts it off to Mitchell. Overruns the ball a little bit. Fort Atkinson controls. They're going to clear it up top.
Boy, and to your point about the defense being packed deep, there's only 2 players up.
And a good 16 yards even between the top one and that one. Compton in control. Lays it back to Schenecker. To Schaefer. Schaefer now with a touch. Able to be cleared by Fort Atkinson, again brought down by Schaefer. Now Westfield, he puts it out to Compton.
Oh, nice move
Good.
by Compton.
Nice move by Compton. That was a great close by the Fort Atkinson defender there. Compton now, he's going to try to serve it in. Wiesen there, though, collects the shot.
I think Compton's wheezing too.
Punt by Wiesen. Nicely done by Luke Bennett. Real calm, able to take care of that. Compton now, again, a little miscommunication there. Not sure if he was going for the younger or the older Dierks on that one. Schenecker up to Ellert. Ellert to Dierks. Tries to go 1-2 back to Dierks. Great work there by the Fort Atkinson player. That's looks like number 8 for Fort Atkinson, doing a great job there. I believe his name is Dahmerhausen.
Goal kick for Oregon.
And another substitution. 3 players in now. Owen Mitchell leaves the field, as will number 19, Casey Fox. I think Nick Schaefer left the field as well, if I'm not mistaken. Now Dierks back to Luke Bennett.
Nice
Looks a
play
little
by Noah.
Noah Malcook on the floor, and a finish.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful finish. I was about to just say, too, that Coach Mitchell looks to have put on what would normally be, I would say, his starting unit, and no more do they get onto the field, they create.
Right. And Noah Malcook was completely beat on that play and then just outran the defender to get to it, get a head on it, and then push it forward and bang it into the goal. What a terrific play.
Fantastic speed, great control, and the finish was great. He keeps it on the floor, puts it in the corner. I don't care who you are. When it's on the ground with pace in a corner, no goalie in the world can save that.
No, the goalie was exposed there. He didn't have a chance.
One of the best goalie coaches I ever knew, a gentleman by the name of Joe Alabato, used to say that when you put balls there, literally no goalie in the world can do anything about it, because even the best goalie in the world can't fall any faster than gravity.
Right. It's true. But yes, speaking of kids that'll be playing next year, I think Noah Malcook will have a place on a soccer team at some university next year.
I believe so. I don't know if he's made any decisions or had any official commitments yet, but I know that rumors have it that Drake is one of the fine institutions that were interested in him, and I believe a couple others.
Yeah, I think UW definitely was interested in Drake, and I think there are several others that have scouted him and might be interested.
Fort player just letting that one get away from him, so we're going to get a throw in now. Kellen Dierks.
Luke Bennett positioned himself really well on that play to just basically force the Fort Atkinson player into, yeah, we're going to get a call there. Force the Fort Atkinson player to play that out of bounds, but not giving him the angle to play it back into the field.
A player like Bennett doesn't always get a lot of the accolades that a Noah Malcook will get up top with scoring goals and doing flashy things, but being a really intelligent, composed defender who doesn't get beat is a highly, highly desired skill.
You find guys like him on winning teams.
And, you talk about a player that, now, I won't pretend to know quite what level he'll end up playing at, but that's a player I think that if he wants to could find a team next year too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's got to be really hard to evaluate guys like that, because I don't know how much of that shows up on a practice or a tryout field. But you watch his gameplay, you'll see a really smart player and a really tough player.
The good coaches know how to evaluate defense without needing it to be flashy, and I know that somebody out there is interested.
There you go.
Ullman now puts enough pressure on to make it a ball not only out of bounds but across the street. That one will go into the construction field.
Yeah. That ball's going to play baseball.
Throw in now. Brought down. Looking for control by Ullman. Ford able to fight for that. Vandermost intercepts. Now Schenecker off to Ellert. That first touch just got away from Ellert just a hair. Luke Bennett now. Nice play to Compton. To Ellert. Back to Bennett. He's looking for Compton. Compton trying to find Westfield. Couldn't control. Fort takes advantage and clears it out. Vandermost now. He'll chase this down. He'll play it into Schenecker. Another great control there. Didn't get rattled. Didn't just kick it away. Great ball over the top.
Oh.
Just probably a half a step away from getting his foot on that one and chipping the goalie. It was a good opportunity. Great header by Vandermost. Now Ullman.
Look at Ullman. Close ground on that guy. Nice speed. Nice speed for Carter Ullman.
I would say actually that get no bounce. Coaches will always tell you when that punt comes or that goal kick comes from the other end of the field, they do not want it bouncing.
Right.
That's when bad things happen. Now the serve. Almost finds the back door. Fine serve by Mason Dierks there. Almost found Compton on the back door, but does put it out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Yet another substitution for Oregon. The luxury of having a deep bench and a lot of seniors. In comes number 20. That's Cameron Knack. It's his first action of the night. And I believe Dolball was the other one that came in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Nedge is in there. I thought, did a third one come in? Maybe not. Maybe just two.
We think there might be a third.
Cameron Peck for the Panthers.
Looks like Tomlinson might have also come back in.
Yeah.
Nice little. Oh, I love that little header. That was a great flick. Dolball just needs to be a little more patient and let that ball come down. All he has to do is pass it in the goal. He doesn't need to even swing at it.
Yeah, you don't have to play that up at your knee or hip. Let it come down to the ground.
Just a little inside of the foot, redirect it to the corner.
Right.
Didn't need to try and whack at it.
Yeah, your advantage there is going to be that you can play it where the goalie can't be.
Nice touch by Ullman. Really like that. He's going to go in for the cross. Finds a player there. Finds Tomlinson. Not quite able to control. Nice play there by Vandermoos. I like the way he played into space where his player could run onto it. Kept control. Fort plays nice defense there, though. We're going to get another throw in to Oregon.
One of the things Fort Atkinson is doing is they just have that one player oftentimes when they have an opportunity to play some offense. And what the defense is doing is making him run a lot tonight. And I think that's probably going to pay off in the second half of the game if he's fatigued.
We are at the 30-minute mark of the first half. It is 2-0 Oregon. Most of the play in this half of the field in the offensive half for Oregon. Fort Atkinson seems content to play 9 players in the box, so to speak, and force Oregon into a low-scoring game, hoping that they can send their guy through, maybe on a mistake. But as they dig the hole deeper, that becomes a losing proposition to get back in a game.
Right.
Nice little flick in there. Great pass.
Max Westfield tried to header that, but couldn't get it on the frame.
It's a nice little pass. Found Westfield's head. I don't think Westfield was prepared for how quickly that ball was coming. I think we're seeing one of our first, maybe our second substitution all night for Fort Atkinson, a much thinner bench than Oregon.
Right.
Schenecker, great header. Now Malcook. Great little touch by Malcook. Again, there's that move.
Nice
and
cross.
that little half cut back. Really got to give the defenseman credit there for even being able to get a toe on that and keeping that out, because that was almost a sure goal. Good strike from outside.
Is that Vandermoos?
I believe that was Vandermoos. He's looking at that shot going, how'd that not go in?
I thought it would curve more.
He got good lace on that. That was, that was almost a replica of that earlier opportunity that Malcook created. He uses that little outside flick, gets past his defender, it keeps it on the ground, and then does that half cut back pass, knowing that's going to find the foot.
Yeah, if they keep doing that, they're going to score a few more goals tonight.
And with the way that Fort Atkinson is packing the box, having those guys all up there on that flat line, they're going to suck that flat line deep like that every time, and that cutback pass is going to be there all night.
Right.
We do have a throw into Oregon now. Vandermoos puts that into Ack. It is taken away by Fort Atkinson. Vandermoos, clean tackle, but couldn't quite keep it in bounds. Throw in Fort. Fort not able to get past Schenecker. Ack out wide to Westfield. Back to Bennett. Bennett surveys the field. Looking for that corner, trying to find Tomlinson, I believe. He takes touch to Dolball. Dolball back to Malcook. Malcook not able to connect. Now Bennett steps into play. To Kellen Dierks. To Tomlinson. Nice little V-drag, but couldn't get around his defender. And it's going to go up for, I believe, a goal kick. Or are they calling a corner now?
Must have been deflected.
I think the center ref overruled the side judge there.
But to your point about Fort Atkinson packing the box, on that one time when Fort Atkinson poked the ball away, nobody on Fort Atkinson pursued it. They just let Luke Bennett come all the way up from the other side of the midfield to play the ball back to Oregon.
And they play it so deep, again, with the exception of that lone striker that sits up top waiting for that mistake.
Right.
For folks that watch the World Cup, there's always that random team that maybe has never been to the World Cup or fights their way through a weak qualifier, somehow gets matched up with the best team in the world, and you'll sometimes see that exact tactic employed, hoping for that 0-0 tie game.
Where you just sneak one in. Maybe the goalie will get bored and he won't notice us coming, right?
Or playing for that tie where they can go to kicks. And
right.
Schenecker up to Westfield.
We saw a lot of teams employ that strategy last year against Oregon. Obviously, none of them did it successfully, but
it's very difficult to maintain, especially at the high school level, because most of the teams that will try and employ it at the high school level, with no disrespect to Fort, because I actually think they're playing a pretty good game plan tonight and have some athleticism on their team, but generically speaking, most teams that employ that just don't have the skill to be able to even execute that very well against these top teams that have been coached well and have a ton of skill at the highest level. Now Kellen Dierks.
That was a brilliant pass.
Absolutely brilliant pass, brilliant play, but the side judge is waving offsides. I don't want to get into the officials' ears on this, but the side judge was a good 5 to 7 yards behind the last player there. If he's going to make that call, he needs to be even with the last player and keep up with play.
Yeah. And I think what he's calling is that Kellen Dierks, before he made the pass, was offsides. Not that Carter, who took the shot, was offsides because of where they're positioning the ball.
I'd love to see the replay. I can't say whether or not I'm not going to say he was wrong or not, but it seemed like a late flag if that's the case.
And he was, I thought he was offsides the play before that. And they didn't call it, so maybe it was a makeup.
Perhaps. Direct kick, taken by Fort, now controlled by Ullman. Plays it to Westfield. Back to Vandermouse. Vandermouse now looking for Dierks. Dierks with a nice little play. Right to his brother, Kellen. He's going to find that cross. Good hands by the referee keeping that from going no farther away. We're going to have a throw in. But before that, we're going to get a substitution. Ullman's going to leave the field.
Daniel Compton.
And Compton will be back in for Ullman. Compton now looking for a big throw. Does get just about to the front post area, but cleared by Fort. Westfield. Not sure if he meant to do that or not.
I don't know.
Either way, it was effective.
It looked good.
Westfield back to Vandermouse. He's going to play it up to Malcook. See what Malcook can do now. It's on his defender. Keeping him off balance. Finds Westfield. Now to Ellert. Ellert's going to take that left foot. Nice job putting out a frame. Probably didn't get 100% of the ball that he wanted there, but did have an opportunity.
I like that Kellen Dirks was following the shot too and was there if the rebound went long.
Schoenecker in the air to Vandermoos. Flicked over the top to Tomlinson. Tomlinson looking over the top for Dierks. Fort player able to just get a foot on it so that Dierks couldn't get to it. And it's going to go for a punt. Compton now. He's going to try to bring that down and secure. Good strength by Compton there. Didn't even move. Bennett into Ellert. Out wide now to Vandermoos. Back to Malcook now. Malcook looking for Ellert. Ellert fighting for it. Not able to quite get it. Tomlinson now.
He finds the back of the net.
He finds the back of the net. Fought through a defender, and that is going to be the third goal on the One Community Bank scoreboard.
And that's going to take us right to the end of the half.
That shot was a fantastic finish. 1 second, I believe, left. Or actually, 1 minute and 1 second left in.
Goal by number 9, Miles Tomlinson.
So that's terrific for Miles Tomlinson. Since that game where he missed an easy shot, he's scored, I think, 5 goals now.
Fantastic shot by Tomlinson. That was right on the money. So they're going to add that to the One Community Bank scoreboard once again. We do have 1 minute left in the half. Timely goal makes it 3-0. Now controlled by Malcook. Colin Dierks making a run. Off to Malcook. Into Dierks.
Oh,
laid it off. Looking for more.
That was a nice pass. Yeah, this would be a good spot for one more score to maybe challenge whether Fort Atkinson can keep this strategy up for the second half.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry about that, folks at home. That came from the field, not the booth.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Countdown comes.
4,
That last opportunity by
1.
Tomlinson that went wide. It was a pass by Malcook, but the whole opportunity was really created by Kellen Dierks.
Halftime score for Atkinson.
I'm more and more impressed with that player every single time I watch him play. He's a fantastic player. His awareness on the field and his touch on the ball really are on another level.
He is a really strong player, and he's here for a couple more years, folks, so you'll be enjoying watching him for a couple more years.
We are going to just take one more opportunity here to thank our sponsors. We would like to thank the folks at Bill's Food Center, folks at Stoughton Health, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please join our team today and help support your student athletes by joining the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. We also like to thank the Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. They're there to help. Oregon cares. And OCA Media is excited once again that the good folks at the One Community Bank has sponsored their scoreboard for the Oregon Panthers Soccer Club and the varsity team here. Stick around in the second half as the Panthers look to put some more feel-good goals up on the One Community Bank scoreboard. Before we go to half, any last-minute thoughts, Tim?
Well, I think as we talked about, the passing tonight has really been crisp. They've really done a nice job of moving the ball down the field, and that's a development that we've seen coming these last 6-8 games as Oregon's been on a really nice run here of playing consistently well. So I think there's some optimism that this team is peaking at the right time heading into the playoffs.
Let's hope so. We do appreciate everybody and all our sponsors. Again, if you would like to be a sponsor, please contact Paul at ocamedia.com. With that, we're going to go into our halftime break, and we'll see you at the beginning of the second half.
All right.
Welcome back, soccer fans. We are just a few moments away from the second half beginning. I'd like to take this opportunity to once again not only thank our sponsors, the Build Food Center, the Stoughton Health, Oregon Athletic Booster Club, the Oregon Community Cares Coalition, and of course One Community Bank. But I'd also like to remind you that OCA Media is your local community access television station. We broadcast locally sourced, entertaining, and informative programs on Charter and TDS cable. So check out our live streams and archived programs on our YouTube channel, or also visit the website at www.ocamedia.com. As I mentioned before, TDS and Charter also carry our live streams and rerun programs on Charter Cable Channel 984, that's Channel 984, and TDS Channel 120. You can also watch this and other OCA programs on demand on the YouTube channel. Just search OCA Media on YouTube, or of course visit our website at www.ocamedia.com. Please consider supporting productions like this Panther Soccer broadcast, as OCA Media is a non-profit organization, and with your help we can continue to provide our quality viewers throughout Dane County with quality programs like this. If you'd like to help, please contact Paul at ocamedia.com for more information. As we look to start the second half in about another minute or so, Tim, just bring us in and let us know what we should see from the second half from these folks.
Well, I suspect in the second half we'll see the starters sit down a little bit. We've got a 3-0 lead. Hopefully we can extend the lead early and give the starters some time off and let some of the guys who normally ride the bench play a little bit. We're also looking forward to security doing a better job of informing the fans of how much that field mic picks up. And I saw security have a conversation with one fan, so hopefully we won't have a repeat of that embarrassing moment from the first half.
We'll look forward to Paul editing our rebroadcast version of this, but for those of you who are watching at home, that we do once again apologize. We have very little control over the fans sometimes, but we do think that it's important to have the field mic'd up. We think it brings in a little bit extra to the broadcast, and it usually does. This half we are going to have Oregon in their home black uniforms going from right to left, Fort in the white uniforms going from left to right. It is once again Oregon 3 and the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks 0 on the One Community Bank scoreboard. Fort Atkinson will take the second half kickoff. Just waiting for the side judges to get into place so that center ref can count everybody off and get ready for the second half. And away we go. Fort Atkinson in control, plays it back. They are going to take a touch and bring it forward. Able to control up the side. A few passes put together, but Schenecker there. He's going to play it all the way back to Kreckman. Kreckman clears. Taken by Ellert to Ullman. Ullman with a nice touch inside to create space. He's going to cross the field all the way over. He's going to find Compton. Compton's going to play it over the top to Malcook. Great speed by Malcook. He takes a touch. Able to beat his defender. Again, takes another touch. Finally ridden off the ball. That's actually a great defensive play by number 20 from Fort Atkinson there.
That was a nice play. Here comes Ullman.
That was Aiden Worden, by the way, that rode Malcook off of that. Westfield not able to control. It's going to go out of bounds. We're going to have a goal kick for Fort Atkinson.
That last penetration here by Fort Atkinson, I thought was the first time the Oregon defense didn't look as organized on the back line. They seemed a little unprepared for the attack. And it makes me wonder if Fort Atkinson might have a different strategy for the second half.
Well, they definitely have a few more players push forward right now, which the back line didn't have to worry about in the first half. But also, they actually strung together a few quality passes on that initial attack. Perhaps almost a design play off the kickoff. Oh. Nice opportunity there. Does go out of bounds long, though, and it is going to be a goal kick for Fort Atkinson.
Was that Compton on the shot there? I think.
I believe that was number 16, Compton. On that far side of the field. Wiesen now. Misplays that one right into the waiting feet of Malcook. Not the player you want to give that one away to.
No.
Ullman looking inside. Ellard had a little different idea than the player he was going for, but back in control. Vandermouse finds Ullman. Nice job by Fort Atkinson, though. Vandermouse there again. Great touch by Vandermouse there. Able to take that clear and keep it right under control. Colin Derrick's dispossessed. That's at number 8, Domerhausen. Trying to show a bit of skill and flair there.
Ullman called for the foul. Get a free kick.
Warden there, he's going to take that. Finds Schenecker though. Ellert comes across. Not quite the spin he wanted to put on it, but does get it upfield, and it's going to be a throw into Fort. Ullman with the header. Derrick's now. Great touch on the ball from Derrick's. Ullman inside. Tried to find Westfield. Not quite able to. Little heel flick looking for Derrick's. Doesn't find the final finishing touch he wanted. It's going to be another goal kick for Oregon.
Mason Dierks looks to have a pretty significant bandage on his left hand there.
Noticed that from the opening kick. Not sure what happened, but hopefully nothing severe.
It's probably the right sport to have a hand injury, huh? Unless you're a goalkeeper.
Vandermouse. Now Ullman. Nice feet by
really
Ullman.
Nice play.
A great job there by Ellerton to Dierks. I was about to say a nice turn by Malcook, but the defender was able to close that down. Now Schenecker. Oregon looking to try and find the gaps. It does appear to me that Fort Atkinson is playing a little bit higher this half. I think it's got the back line a little confused, but what it should open up is if they can start just playing a controlled game, playing some of those quick touches, not overhandling the ball, it should open up space for that final third finish more so.
Right.
Malcook trying to take a defender on the sideline, looking for the quick turn. We are going to get a corner kick now for Oregon. Malcook had fallen down on the play. It almost appeared that the two defenders from Fort didn't know what to do, so they just kicked it out of bounds. Service quickly. Tried to find Compton's head, and Schenecker's there, chasing the ball down. That ball is going to go out of play. We're going to get a throw in. Compton will take this throw. Looks for the long throw. Finds Derrick's. Got some good foot on that was Ellert, but not able to finish. Wiesen there to collect it. Wiesen, pretty good sized goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Seems to have some athleticism about him too. Derrick's takes a touch. Tried to quickly turn and take the shot. Thought he maybe had more space and time than he thought. Probably could have taken just one more touch and really gotten that ball centered for his attempt. But
yeah,
sometimes you're not sure if you have that time and space if people aren't talking to you.
Right, and sometimes you just want to keep the pressure on the keeper.
Nice job by Vandermouse taking that out of the air calmly, keeping it on the ground.
The more you can make the keeper make a play or fear making a play, the more you can start to get into his head and potentially unnerve him.
And weird things happen when you put a ball on frame.
Right. But there again, Fort Atkinson seemed to have more of a plan offensively than we've seen tonight. They weren't able to execute it, but it looked like they had an idea.
Clear by Bennett.
Nice clear by Bennett.
Malcook now. He's going to try and use his speed and get around that corner.
Which he does.
And puts another ball looking to finish in that back corner again.
Mason Dierks was a half a step behind where he needed to be to tap that in.
Great opportunity created by Malcook. Just pure speed on that one.
There was really good teamwork by the two of them. But yeah, Malcook's move there was just brilliant.
Worden from Fort Atkinson going to take this kick. Puts it up to Vandermouse. Again, not letting it bounce. Such an important thing on that back line. Dierks now. He's going to try to play it across, looking for Compton. Not quite able to get it under control. Just about had it, though. Schenecker now. Looks for Bennett. Take a touch up to Westfield. Westfield to Ellert. Back to Schenecker. Kind of dribbled that one into trouble, if you ask me. All he had to do was turn it back and play it back to Bennett into space.
Mm-hmm.
But Bennett needs to be yelling for that ball, too.
Right.
Vandermouse now takes a touch, finds Dierks. Dierks with a nice one-touch to Ellert. He's going to play it outside, finds Compton. Those types of quick one-touches and knowing what you're going to do with the ball before you get it, that's what's going to open up this field. That's what's going to create time and space.
Right. That's why you run all those drills. All those pregame drills, all those practice drills, where you have a set expectation for what each person is doing and where you're putting the ball.
Malcook now. Nice turn. Good skill.
Oh,
what a
terrific shot.
What a relaxed, terrific shot by Westfield. But I love the turn by Malcook, and I love that he put it that halfback pass. Westfield then just very relaxed, put lace on it, and curled it right into the top. And that is a fantastic shot by Westfield. That's that feel-good goal that was made by Westfield. Let's add it to the OCB scoreboard tonight. That's one community bank, the Feel Good Banking scoreboard, 4-0, and we are at the 48-51 mark of the second half.
Well, but that was a great example of what you've been talking about. When you don't need to crush the ball, you just need to put it on the frame, and Westfield did exactly that and had the goalie beat.
Domerhausen, great Maradona, created the time and space.
That's not going to stay in.
Probably one of the best build-ups into the final third that we've seen from Fort tonight, though.
Yeah.
Only about 2 feet away from them getting an actual cross off. Domerhausen showing that he has a bit of skill to go along with that speed. Bennett now to Westfield. Takes the touch, looking for Kellen. Didn't quite find him, though. Fort trying to build up.
Schenecker with a nice job to chase that down and get it out of there. And to play it down the field, not just kick it out of bounds.
Plays it to feet. Found the feet. Found Dierks. A little bit of ping pong there, but eventually controlled again by Dierks. Ellert was looking for Vandermouse. Fort players cleared that one into the stands.
Well, and that's a great example of what I'm talking about. A great defense turns that ball back and turns it into offense because their opponent's running the wrong way to stop them. And that's what Oregon managed to do. But Fort instead just put it out of bounds. And yeah, it stops the attack, but it doesn't give you any advantage the other way.
Nice little run by Ullman there. Did again what we talked about earlier. He had that little halfback cross.
Right.
Trying to lay it off. Cleared this time by Fort, though. Dierks looked to play quickly. Didn't find feet, though. Schenecker running all the way up from his center back position to win that ball and maintain possession in this half.
Yeah, ran a guy who had 2 steps on him.
Westfield. Got it cleared, though. Bennett takes a touch. Finds Dierks to Malcook. Into Ullman. Ullman trying to get through, not able to get the shot off. Good defense there by Fort Atkinson. Well played. Ullman trying to look for a foul, but you're not going to get one there. Malcook now. Takes the touch to Derricks. Derricks with a great shot. What an absolute rocket.
Wow.
Fantastic communication between Malcook and Derricks. Assist to Noah Malcook. Mason Derricks, though, with a touch and an absolute rocket into the back of the net. That is going to go up on the One Community Bank scoreboard, and it is going to become 5-0 here. That is the 51-36 mark of the second half, 5-0 in favor of Oregon. As I mentioned before, those goals didn't come nearly as early in the first half, and I think that what's happening is what we thought might happen is Fort looks to push forward. They look to be a little more offensive, but it's just opening up those lanes on the back line.
Exactly. And that was just a really nice kick by Mason Derricks.
His brother, looking not to be outdone, almost finishes with the left foot.
Anything you can do. But Mason's shot had a really nice curve to it, and it just broke back into that right side of the goal. Oh, the goalie must have tipped that. Getting a corner kick.
You know, I didn't think I saw it at the initial phase, but in the air it did look like it had a bit of a knuckle at some point, so it must have ricocheted something.
Yeah.
Serve off the corner goes a little long. It's going to go out of bounds. We are going to get a goal kick out of it, nevertheless. Worden's going to take this one. Wiesen misplayed that early goal kick in this first half, and they haven't given it back to him since. Worden finds the feet of Kellen Derricks. Huey in the ball game now. A couple of substitutions for Oregon. Eck also back in the game. Tomlinson on that left wing as well. And Doleball up front. Compton, though, he's trying to keep control. Fort player maintains control. Trying to play that through ball.
Once again, only one Fort Atkinson player really attacking.
Number 16 for Fort Atkinson, given everything he has, but he's got very, very slim options and opportunities going against the back three of Oregon all by himself.
Right.
Ellert now back to Schenecker. To Bennett. Bennett back to Kreckman. Kreckman's going to clear it. He didn't like what was going on. Said, get that out of here.
Right.
Ellert now takes a flick. Brings it down with his chest. Tries to take a turn. Maintains possession. Great job by Ellert. Now he's going to look for the through ball. Puts a little too much mustard on it, but that's a nice job by Ellert staying with that ball.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get the foul call, and the ref waved it off because he had the ball. He had the advantage.
Ellert now. He's looking to slide through Tomlinson. Tomlinson looking for that backdoor cross on the ground. Just didn't have quite enough on it. Wiesen able to pick it off. Good job by Wiesen, though.
Yeah, there were a couple of Oregon players there ready to play it if the goalkeeper didn't get to it. So I thought that was well played.
There's that bounce I talked about. You let it bounce, it's going to get behind you. That's where the mistakes can happen. Go ball. Now Huey. Not able to win it yet. Dahmerhausen just has absolutely tremendous explosion. We did get a foul called on that. Worden's going to take it.
Yeah, I think that Dahmerhausen's explosive run really drew that foul, basically.
Worden able to keep it in. The defensive half of Oregon. Dual ball now. Looks for Kellen Dierks. Dierks, nice little touch. Kept guys off balance. Huey. Little handball. Good call by the referee.
That's too bad. That pass was just slightly behind him.
Had the right idea, though. Worden now, all wide. Number 16, I believe that's Trey Wadle, according to their roster. Just been an absolute workhorse up at the front line tonight. Good share of the time, the only player up there.
Right. A lot of miles on that body tonight.
Huey. Use
Nice
that
turn.
quickness to make a great turn. Lays it off. Finds Ack. Ack back to Kellen Dierks. To Dolball. Dolball lays it off to Dierks.
Dierks is going to shoot.
Dierks with a shot. Just love the way that he's able to just get that power off when that ball's underneath his foot. There's just so much technique involved to be able to get that shot off from that position.
Kid's been coached in soccer from a young age.
Wiesen now. Clears up to the front.
I'm sure his older brothers didn't make it easy on him when he was this little one, right?
Good role models, learning a lot, absorbing the game.
And forged in fire a little bit. Iron strengthens iron. I'm making assumptions about how tough big brothers can be on their little brothers, but prove me wrong.
I mentioned his composure and his what I call his soccer brain out on the field. The having been around, having coached for over 20 years, I created a theory that I believe that the kids that have the strongest field sense or brains in sports, whether it's soccer or basketball or hockey or some of the other motion sports, tend to be kids that were most likely immersed in the sport or sports like that from the time they're almost out of the womb.
Right.
And I believe that they actually learn the game much the way they learned how to walk and eat and talk and everything else.
Right.
Just kind of were a sponge and didn't ask why, just knew what was.
Right. Start going to soccer games or whatever it is as a youngster and absorb the game, you know, or go with your dad, go with your big brother, that kind of stuff.
And just immersed in it, not necessarily intentionally, just is the way it is when you're growing up in a house like that.
Sort of like the way you learn a language almost, right?
Absolutely. Exactly the analogy I make all the time is that they learn the game the way they learn a language. And,
right.
And there's no real, and the older they get, the harder it is to learn.
Right. Right, yeah. Because you're building the intuitive part of it.
Tomlinson now, a little short throw to Huey. Huey looking for goal ball, but cleared by Fort Atkinson. We're going to get another throw in here for Oregon. Pierce Nelson back in, another senior here on senior night, getting his opportunities.
Coming up on 60 minutes.
About halfway through the second half. Nelson just needs to be a tiny bit quicker on that one. He had the right read. Trey Wadle now.
Good job by Miles Tomlinson there to take that ball away.
Again, the composure, the skill, the headiness, fantastic. Do have another Oregon player onto the field now. That is number 17. That's Holtzen, Liam Holtzen. His first appearance of the night. Player that we're very familiar with, though, gets a decent amount of playing time.
Free kick for Atkinson.
These deep benches for Oregon are part and parcel of why they're able to maintain such a high level of play year to year to year, too, is getting a lot of players, a lot of playing time, and just continuing to feed the program year after year after year at the high school level, while also being fed a tremendous amount of talent from the youth programs that are just very well coached.
Right.
Huey now. Nice little cutback by Huey. Looking to take it himself on that one. And almost got away with it. Holtzen.
Juan Carcano's in the game now. We haven't seen him yet tonight before this, have we?
I don't believe that we have. I think Carcano's first appearances right now. We also see Owen Mitchell has come back into the game on that far right side as well. And Nick Schaefer.
So we're definitely getting some of the kids who don't get a ton of playing time. It looks like they might be in for the last 20 minutes.
And especially a lot of those seniors as well.
Right.
Making sure that they get to enjoy their last regular season home game. This on our homecoming week here in Oregon. Tomorrow, of course, the Oregon homecoming football game, and then homecoming on Saturday.
We got the parade tomorrow.
Oregon substitutions, Ellen Vandermouse.
I saw Eddie Bragnano walking around taking pictures earlier tonight for senior night. I'm sure we'll see him at the parade tomorrow and at the football game tomorrow night.
Tremendous asset to this community, creating all those wonderful photos for all the families.
And he puts them all out there where you can share them with your friends and family. They're all available.
At the beginning of the pandemic, the class of 2020, unfortunately, we're not able to have what an absolute brilliant run there. Tremendous run by, I believe that was Huey.
Yeah. Oh, you got
very hard foul. We might even see a yellow card on this one. We'll see.
Free kick Oregon.
No card.
No card.
Probably helped that he quickly jumped up, apologized, and helped the player up. So
absolutely.
Obviously no intent. We're just playing hard. And
yeah, I don't believe there's any viciousness to that foul at all.
Right.
But as I was mentioning, watch this ball. Oh. Nice opportunity. I like the strike. That was Dolball that took the strike. Excellent job. That'll be a goal kick. But the seniors weren't able to have a graduation that year, but the community was able to arrange for a street parade for all the seniors.
Right.
And Bragnano did an absolutely magnificent job of capturing that whole event for everybody online, and to no cost to anybody. Just can't thank him enough for that.
Yeah.
Carcano now. Nice little turn. Looking for Dolball. Holtzen comes up. Looked good in the air, but not a lot of execution on that one.
No. He felt really good about that until he saw where it went. It looked like he was kind of poised to celebrate and then went, oh, no.
Fort Atkinson with the goal kick. Nice goal kick. Gets up top. Casey Fox was able to bring it down. Not able to control, so we are going to get a Fort Atkinson throw-in.
What's our time? We're in the 65th minute on the One Community Bank scoreboard.
Still 5-0. Vandermouse back to Schaefer. Schaefer with a touch. Finds Carcano. Out to Owen Mitchell. Now he's going to push it up to Dolball. That's going to go out of bounds.
That should be a corner.
From our angle, it looks like a corner, and it is, in fact, being pointed to as a corner kick.
Is that Owen Mitchell taking the kick?
Appears to be Owen Mitchell who's going to take this kick.
Coach's kid. He's another one who's had the game from a young age.
He's going to look for that back door just a bit deep.
Out of bounds. That'll be Oregon throw in. Okay.
Here's an Oregon throw. Huey now. Good body language on that. Able to make a quick turn. Pierce Nelson back to Vandermouse. He's going to find Schaefer. Schaefer, nice touch to Carcano. Now Doball. Looking for Holtzen. Holtzen makes a turn. Finds Doball again. He's going to take a shot. That's going to go wide. It's going to be a goal kick. Really happy to see Carcano up here, still with the squad. I believe his first action with the varsity here was about 2 weeks ago. I thought he performed tremendously in that game, got a ton of opportunity in that game, and glad to see that he's been sticking, even in a reserve role on the varsity.
Yeah, he had that one really nice goal where he just made a tremendous move there in the box. And, I would imagine he might be one of the stars next year. Oh, that was a nice stop there.
Excellent job by Eck. Now Nick Schaefer. Schaefer looking for help. Good job. Sometimes you just got to bail yourself out of trouble and take what's given to you.
Right. Well, and interestingly, as Oregon moved the ball around, Fort Atkinson backed off. I thought they had a little bit of an advantage in terms of how they were pressuring the Oregon defense, and they didn't really press the advantage.
Just maybe a bit of inexperience being in that position.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know what they have for shots on goal tonight. Do they have anything?
I don't believe they have an official shot on goal. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they do.
Well, it'd be great to see Oregon get another shutout. It'll be quite a few in a row. They haven't given up a score since the 24th of September.
Oh, and Mitchell helps out on that one. It's been quite a bit of shuffling around, both within play and through the substitutions. Mitchell had been playing up on that right wing, but just a minute ago, somehow back on left defense right now.
It was interesting how long he waited to call that. I mean, I guess technically he's not offsides until he's involved in the play, but he was the only guy who could have been involved in the play.
It was curious. It was curious, but perhaps the center judge just didn't see the flag raised at
Well,
first.
but I don't think the flag went up till late, because I looked when I thought he was offside, and I looked at the AR, and his flag wasn't up yet.
They're only human. I've had the opportunity to do both center and the side judge jobs, and sometimes you see it and you know the call is there and you forget to raise your flag.
That could be too. Yeah, that could be.
You just think everybody should know.
Right. If I say offsides.
You know what I meant.
Right.
Free kick to Oregon.
You guys give me a free kick to Oregon. Looks like Doball's going to take this kick. He had a heck of a kick at it last time. He says, I want another try here. Schaefer's also in there.
Doball's determined to score tonight. Oh, that's a little high.
That's a good tryout for the football team field goal kicker, though.
Right.
It's going to be a goal kick to Fort Atkinson. We do have a substitution. While they're making that substitution, we want to thank our sponsors, Bill's Food Center, the One Community Bank scoreboard folks. We want to thank One Community Care, Oregon Area Community Coalition, the Oregon Cares folks, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club, Bill's Food Center, and Stoughton Health. Thank you, sponsors, for making these broadcasts possible. Holtzen now, he's going to find Carcano. Takes a touch, outside to Eck. Eck looks to push the pace up the sideline. And now Casey Fox, haven't called his number in a while. Looks for Dolball. Dolball looks for Huey. Great.
Nice
move. What a move by Huey. Woo! A little scissor step.
Elias Huey.
A little scissor step with an outside touch into just that explosion into that spot and able to then get that rocket shot off. That was a great play by Huey. That was really fun to watch.
That was really nice. And a nice little dance afterwards, so that foot's feeling better.
Absolutely. And nice job by the back line starting that out, pushing that forward, getting the right plays on out there. Fox then putting it inside to Dolball. Dolball finding Huey, and then that final finish. That one Community Bank scoreboard now shows 6-0 Oregon. I believe we're in the 71st minute, if I'm not mistaken. It's a giant light pole that blocks my view of the time on the board, so I have to use my intuition at times.
Oh, we had one game where the clock wasn't working, and you were nailing it pretty good that time as well. You've been to a lot of soccer games. You get a feel for how late it is.
The Fort Atkinson Blackhawks looking to mount some pressure. Domerhausen looking to stay with it. Tough player. Like his tenacity.
He's not giving up.
Won't give up.
He really thought he deserved a foul call there too, and just didn't get it.
A little bit of a tug there, but not going to get a call. Dolball. In watching Dolball play, there's times where I see a tremendous amount of technique and skill, and then there's times where he just seems to have no control of his body. And I'm legitimately wondering if this kid is just still growing.
You know, that could be. If sometimes in high school, kids will grow 6-8 inches in a year, and they just haven't quite figured out their body yet. He does have a little bit of that, the baby giraffe syndrome.
Yeah. Because like I said, there's other times where to do some of the things he does takes tremendous skill and technique. But then all of a sudden, his body looks like it's flailing about as if independent from everything else. Right. And so I do wonder if it's maybe, like I say, the growth is still happening. Maybe he's still got 3 or 4 inches left.
Right, maybe. Oh, Huey went down. Looks like that foot grabbing his ankle, maybe.
That was a tough one.
And they're calling for the trainer.
That is Elias Huey on the ground.
I didn't see what happened.
While the trainer comes out to attend to Elias Huey, we do want to remind you that if your organization would like to join our group of sponsors who make Panther Sports possible, please contact Paul at ocamedia.com for more information. Oregon Media, or rather OCA Media, is the local community access television station for Oregon and much of Dane County. We broadcast locally sourced, entertaining and informative programs on Charter and TDS cable. You can find us on Charter Cable Channel 984 and on TDS Channel 1020. And you can also find reruns and other streaming media on our YouTube channel. Just search ocamedia.com on YouTube or go to www.ocamedia.com. We appreciate that. And of course, we appreciate our sponsors, Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, Oregon Athletic Booster Club, the Oregon Area Community Coalition, and One Community Bank. A hard foul has got Elias Huey on the ground right now. They are calling for some additional help, it looks like. Hard foul. Hate to see that in any kid, especially as, if I'm not mistaken, a senior like Huey, who's in the final few weeks of the season. He's up now. Not putting any pressure on that leg, though. Not a good sign.
A couple of players coming out to help him off the field. It looked like the defensive player just clipped his foot there as he ran by him.
Perhaps got caught up underneath and maybe twisted as he came down on it.
Take him right off and get some attention for that foot or ankle.
We're doing that on purpose. So.
As we get ready to resume play, we'd like to thank our ball boys from East Soccer.
I believe the injury was significant enough that they talked to the center referee, asking if it was okay if Huey could come over to this side of the sideline because of the quite a bit of length there is between that bench area and the parking lot, because it looks like it's going to be tough for him to make that distance. So
yeah,
they're kind enough, they brought a chair over, and he's on this opposite sideline now for the duration, it appears. Holtzen now, he's going to find Dobal. Carcano is on the ball. Nice touch inside. Lays it off to Schaefer. Schaefer.
Put it on the frame.
Popped the ball up in the air, but then decided he was going to take that minor mistake and turn it into an opportunity and just play it right off the volley.
Right. It's a good job getting it on the frame and making the keeper stop it.
As you said earlier, anytime you put it on frame, good things could happen.
That should be a corner, no? That was deflected.
Goal.
Okay.
I think that from my angle, actually, he just mishit that, and that thing just curved outside.
Okay. I kind of figured it had to be deflected if he missed that badly, but
I think that was him.
Okay.
Fort now. Unforced errors like that will kill you against a team like Oregon. Carcano into Holtzen. Holtzen with a touch. Not enough to go through two defenders, especially one like Damerhausen.
Nice play by Bennett there. Just wanted it more.
Just calmly took it. Played it, found Carcano. But now Fort Atkinson back in control. They're going to play it across the back line. Worden now, he's going to play it out wide. That was number 14, Hegney. Looking for Wadle. Bennett there to win that header, though. We're going to get a throw into Fort Atkinson. Finds Wadle. Bennett there, just too calm, too composed, too strong. Schaefer hanging his head a little bit, but don't let the body language give you away. Just get back in there, do it right the next time. Wadle. First almost cross of the evening for Fort Atkinson. Not quite on frame, but maybe the first actual shot of the game right there.
Right.
Fort Atkinson.
It's the busiest Jack's been all night.
It's good to see that the Fort Atkinson players aren't giving up.
True.
It'd be easy to do. We're in the 76th minute of the second half. They're down 6-0. No real chance that they'll get back in this game, but shows a lot of grit and character that they were playing that hard still and not giving up and trying to get on the scoreboard here. Oh. Casey Fox a bit out of control there.
The ref let him play on.
The ref signaled that he had his whistle up, but they had advantage, so he was going to let him play on. for the novice soccer folks at home, the advantage rule is something really hard for a lot of folks who haven't been around the game for a long time to understand, because you just don't see it in other sports, not even other motion sports.
Yeah, you see something like it in hockey, but then they'll still call it then when the other team takes the ball or the puck back in hockey.
Correct.
And so they'll signal the call, but you'll just know it's coming, but you got a chance to finish the play. But in soccer, once the play goes on, it's over. The foul is gone.
Correct. Nice job by Owen Mitchell there. He takes it away and finds Carcano. You're going to find goal ball now. Streaking across the field was Pierce Nelson, just not able to quite control it. Now the Blackhawks push the pace. That's going to go out of bounds. We're going to get a throw in to Fort Atkinson. 2 minutes left in the game. Wadle now. Not on the same page on that give and go. Holtzen, he's going to look for Carcano. Worden there to take care of that. Blackhawks playing across the back line. Push it up top. Noddy will find his man. Owen Mitchell heads it out of the bounds. We're going to get a throw into the Blackhawks.
A minute and a half left on the One Community Bank scoreboard.
Damerhausen able to get past Mitchell. Nice little move to get past Bennett.
But once again, that back line on defense stays organized, and he couldn't get past the third defender.
Nice job there. This ball's still in. Both players thinking that the spin was going to put it out.
Final minute of the game.
Kreckman trying to not be so slow that he gets a warning from the ref, but just slow enough that he takes a little time off the clock.
Right.
Owen Mitchell takes a touch. Back to Bennett. Bennett across the line. I believe that's Eck. To Carcano. To Holtzen. Holtzen to Casey Fox. One last rush up the field.
He's going to shoot.
Schaefer.
7, 6, 5.
5 seconds
4,
left.
3, 2, 1.
Schaefer trying to get one last blast on goal before the end of the game, and that is the end of the game. As the Oregon One Community Bank scoreboard shows Oregon 6.
Final score of tonight's game: Fort Atkinson 0, Oregon 6.
That is 6-0. That's a clean sheet for Oregon. A great way to end the
Oregon
season.
High School would like to thank you for your attendance this evening. Please drive home safely.
Greatly appreciate our good PA announcer there.
That is out of retirement. John Fishwild comes in and fulfills his emeritus status as PA announcer for Huntoon Field after a many-year career.
Fantastic job. We do want to quickly thank our sponsors one last time: the Bills Food Center, the Stoughton Health, Oregon Athletic Booster Club, the Oregon Area Community Coalition, and One Community Bank. Without you sponsors, we would not be able to make these broadcasts possible. If you would like to join our group and sponsors, you can make additional Panther sports and other streams possible, and also on cable channels, Charter Cable Channel 984 and TDS Channel 1020. Those broadcast possible as well by contacting Paul at ocamedia.com, and of course www.ocamedia.com for more information. 6-0 is the final score of the Panthers over the Blackhawks. Last final thoughts, Tim.
Another shutout for the Panthers. They haven't given up a goal since September 24th. Defense is solid, really organized on the back line. I think Jack Kreckman's doing a good job of owning that box. And on offense, the starters in particular are really crisp at the ball, really nice passing, finding guys in open space and guys being in the right spot, and they're communicating and working well together.
Greatly appreciate your help tonight again, once again. Great information. I believe this will catapult us. Is there one last game, or does this catapult us into the playoff section now?
I think the next game is the conference championship, and then we've got a game on the 15th, and on the 18th the playoffs start here at Huntoon against Wilmot Union.
That is the Oregon Panthers with the #1 seed, a common theme over these many years.
Yes.
We will wrap things up tonight. Again, we appreciate everything from Huntoon Field. My name is Jeff Rohr, and I'm with Tim Higgins. Thank you very much, and we will see you at our next broadcast.
See you next time, everybody. Go Panthers.